It's 9 a.m., I haven't slept, there's plenty I still need to do, but at least I can cross off a finished speed paint from my to-do list. This one's a little bit shorter, but it's because it's a smaller piece, so getting into it right away, I had to make the character's design first because I had a specific goal for this piece. I'll explain it more as time goes on. So, first off, making this character's design, I wanted it to have a little bit of inspo from every normal, main character fairy. So I just looked up, all fairies, whatever. It brought up the usual 6. This one had the other 2 thrown in there, so I was like, fine, leave them in. You see me combining a lot of the colors here, and it's because I wanted to get the general, average color for the hair, clothing, skin, and just general details like that, at least to start out. Also, side note, as usual, I still have the visual notes on screen for anyone who's only watching but doesn't have sound on or anything like that, or just wants more art specific or art only lines on screens, all that stuff. Okay, now why did I feel the need to design a new character just for this art piece? So, the reason I did that is because for the art contest I'm making this for, it's, got to do with the server banner and all that, and since it's fairy themed, well, I wanted to draw a fairy in it, but I didn't want it to be a specific person's OC or anything like that. And yes, technically me making a design would make it an OC, but the difference is, if I make this one a character that is free for anyone to share or participate with or use, then it can be an everyone fairy, which again is why I'm combining a lot of the existing, canon fairy traits and colors and just trying to make it come from details that I got from those 6, or 8 in this case. I tried to make sure that I paid attention to a lot of the different, traits and stuff that these fairies did have. The way my mind works is I try to see what all of them sort of have in common, what only some of them have in common, what ones have something not in common with the rest, which is where later you'll see me make a lot of tally marks. It's pretty much me, kind of, oh god, I already made the tally marks, didn't I? Okay, so it's why you saw me make the tally marks. It's because I was organizing oh, these ones have long hair, these ones have bangs, these ones have their hair up rather than down, these ones have 2 parts suits, and dressy attire. These ones have boots, this one has a pointy wing, stuff like that, so that I can try and make this other fairy have traits but also still be kind of unique from at least those 8. And yeah. Because the character's color theme ended up being very brown, I kind of got a pine cone vibe, so I ran with that, and it starts out as, being just pine cone, and then it becomes also, pine tree a little bit, where I put in some pine leaves and stuff like that, or pine needles, they're not exactly leaves, but you get the idea. I didn't like this section of the sketch just because it was the, it really was the rough draft of things, but also it kind of, it's important to remember that not all drawing is to make a finished piece. Some drawing can be for utility, which is what I'd say this one was, or this part of it was, for utility and laying things out in preparation to make the real piece later on. If I sound a little bit wacky in this speed paint, there's a couple factors of probably why. One, obviously, mentioned at the beginning, I haven't slept, so kind of running on coffee right now, but there's also the thing of I'm trying to limit how many times I redo each line, because the first speed paint took me way longer than it ever should have, because I just had to keep redoing lines over and over, trying to make sure I don't stumble or misspeak or anything. And I figured if I did it more like this, how I'm doing it now, which is no script, and trying to remember certain talking points that I had been trying to work on in general about, you can speak slower and it not only fills more time easier, but also, gives yourself a little bit more time to think ahead as far as wording instead of just pure thought. Pure thought also gets scrambled way too easy anyway. I'm also worrying a lot less about pitch because why do something that isn't natural to me? And if people are coming to a speed paint for the pitch, just go to Lavender Town's channel, man. At that point. And that's not a diss in any way, by the way. I actually like her channel. The point is, though, I'm whatever voice I spawned in with, and whether people like it or don't, I don't care either way. Also, not changing my wacky gamer terms used outside of gamer contexts, because heck you, it's fun, I like it, it's part of my speech. Oh my god, I actually don't have to use filler this time. I've had a lot to talk about this time around. Maybe being tired is the key. Back to the art stuff though. Anyways, I finally got to draw the cute portion of the character where I actually, do a good drawing instead of just a rough draft, and I made this one a cutesy little thing. Low-key inspo from the Adventure Time art style. It's super fun to draw and I do it every so often. A trick to it is learn how to balance where to and to not put joints. Speaking of Adventure Time, if you were a Adventure Time character, which character would you be? Or which one do you relate most to? I think I would be Hunter's Wizard. When I grew up, I thought, maybe other characters and stuff would be like my most similar thing, but nah. After reading into every character just way too much, I get it. Anyway, since I've got a moment, I may as well mention this. I finally put some of my to-do list stuff as a visible channel in my Discord server, so that even when I'm super busy and can't answer everyone individually, at least the question of, hey, what have you been up to, is answered. I've been up to a lot, and my to-do list is still very long. Note that, obviously, it's not my full, life to-do list. It's literally just a lot of gaming stuff is put up on there, and whatever else that I am fine with putting in that. I'm actually unsure if I'll be able to complete the Hollow's End transmog list this year in completionism because it's the last day that I am available before it ends, because I'll be completely unavailable the 31st because of a Halloween party in real life that I'm hosting and planning for. And before then, which is now, would require me to just not sleep in order to probably complete it. I don't know, we'll see. If I end up announcing in my server that I've completed it, then, you guys will know. A lot of things that I can multitask, I probably should be multitasking, just to be efficient with time. Oh, anyways, I don't think I'll be able to get around to the Zenith drawing for Halloween of her costume. I did get to Linendraith's costume though, the character. She's dressed up as Valkyros from Amirdasil. Meanwhile, in real life, my costume this year is a plague doctor. I'm not usually someone to post any kind of selfies, but since a plague doctor has a mask, maybe I'll post this year's. Side note, I did draw my costume one day. Here's pretty much what it looked like. The isopods aren't part of the costume, I just really like isopods. The amount of times I've had to reheat my coffee chocolate milk creation during this is insane. After getting the final bits of the leaf details on there, finally getting to color. Also a neat detail is you can kind of see the process of how this character has progressed in this one page. And the coloring goes smoothly like anyone would expect. I'm not a huge fan of using the bucket tool just because even if I increase the aggressiveness of the bucket, it still manages to leave spots untouched, so I may as well just do it myself. So you see me just coloring in everything like this. Handgun here will be considered a free for anyone to use character. This character specifically, don't you know, obviously do anything commercial with her. Personal use only, obviously, but, yeah. As far as, like, using her as a OC or using her as a profile picture or whatever, feel free. I do ask though that if art is made of her to let me know so that I can add it to her file, as sharing the character would go. The thought behind it is that, one, it can be a character that anybody can, relate to or have if they want to, or if they don't draw or can't commission someone or something, whatever else other reason. Even if the reason is just community based, where it's like, oh, look, we have a community character now. I'm unsure whether I'll give her any lore or anything, but I know that if I do, I won't make it like too crazy or anything that would bar anyone in any kind of way from creativity of their own. Because what I'm wanting this character to be is that every pinecone is canon, sort of in the same way that every Miku is canon type of deal. Anyways, though, I think it was this part of the drawing that made me realize that it should be a little bit more than just pinecone. If it had the, pine leaves and stuff, then it would make it better. So I ended up adding them here, and I kind of liked it. My thought with the pine needles also came from a little bit of inspo from Periwinkle's dress, because under it you can see layers of like padding and what looks like worm material for layers. And so I figured if they do have insulation in their clothing, it would make sense. And so, for pine cones, why not pine leaves? I did end up going with slightly different boots than the ones I sketched out earlier on the left. I think it was a better decision to do it this way. I wonder if my Midwest fairy people will end up liking this design, just in particular. I don't know. We got a lot of pine trees and stuff where I'm at, so yeah, good stuff. And this part is when I finally got to add the wings. I actually do like drawing fairy wings. You get to kind of design it per fairy and give it its own colors and under like little light reflectance and all that stuff, and what color it would be if it weren't clear. A lot of that stuff. It's nice. Initially, I didn't design her with intent of which season she would be a part of either. So again, every pinecone is canon, and every season has brown leaves somewhere. You can make her kind of just whatever you want to if you plan to use pinecone. Part of the inspiration that came from making her pinecone themed was that they're the trees that never sit and, lose all their stuff for winter. They're around for every season. I think if I had to design pinecone with a talent in mind, though, I think I'd just make her a dust fairy who, of course, since dust alchemy exists, can again help in the storyline of everyone can make her into whatever, because dust alchemy is just a shortcut to every talent. It's important to note for this section that I'm counting dust and dust alchemy as the same talent. Also, because I kept having this part of me in the back of my mind that said that, an all brown themed character wouldn't be as good as one that's just had a little bit color to it. So I did add a little bit of green. The pine needles were supposed to help with some of that, but I ended up adding just a little bit to the edges of some of the leaves. And with that, we finally finished designing the character that was made for this purpose of being in this piece now that's on screen. When it came to this art piece, I wanted it to be very heavily on about the composition of it and the layout, because in my mind there was one overarching rule about this piece: it had to look good from a distance. all else comes second. And the reason for that, it's because for a Discord server icon, they usually appear pretty small, especially for mobile users, so it will have to look good small, which translates to at a distance in certain cases, like within the drawing app where you can zoom out. It pretty much simulates what it would look like if it were as small as the server icon. You'll see me zoom out a lot later on. I had a few things in mind while making this piece, and while posing it up and choosing the little design of it. Something had to glow, and it had to be recognizable as a fairy from far away specifically. If I zoomed out and I could not tell it was a fairy, then I would have redone this piece. And keep in mind, I understand completely that not everyone is going to go this try hard on something or whatnot, but this is just how my brain functions on things, and it's how my thought process works. My goal isn't to outdo anyone. My goal is to make the piece that I thought of. A nice secondary goal that I didn't have beforehand, though, was that maybe people will actually use this character afterwards. Either way, though, even if no one ends up liking Pinecone, she'll still have me. It's important to use pose references if you can when making art pieces. You don't have to, obviously, because there's no rules, but I like to because it helps with getting everything in place. That, and if you're going for any kind of complex poses, having one of those either physical or digital models can help you angle things correctly. Unless I'm drawing something stylized, like the reference drawing earlier for the character, I'll usually be using pose models for building the initial shape of the piece. It's important too to also sketch over it. Even if you have to sketch over it a few times, eventually you'll get the shapes you're wanting. Finally, on the line art section, nothing special here, just drawing the lines. I guess since it's a bit of downtime, now's a good time for me to plug stuff, huh? Follow me on Twitch and Discord, and join my Discord, but follow on Twitch and Twitter. Do it would be funny. Back to Telenym, I guess. How do you spend your free time? Plotting, planning, and scheming, gang. Nah, but usually planning out whatever chores and stuff I've gotta do, tending to friendship upkeep tasks and other tasks, or gaming goals. Okay, not many other good ones or anything, so instead I'm gonna talk about my favorite lightsaber. Anyways, basic lightsabers for basic bitches. With me, I'm after the Temple Guard lightsaber. Stuff's sick. Actual pretty epic look to it, and I wish it were spotted a lot more in the series. And let me tell you though, anytime I did see them, I was definitely jealous. Alrighty, just more line art, more line art. Honestly, I might speed up this part just a little bit. Even more so than a speed paint was sped up. To be fair, I'm not entirely sure at what speed do normal speed paint people speed their stuff up to. Just in case I haven't said it already, happy Halloween for those of you who do Halloween. You know, I guess I do kind of find it funny the difference of when I made my two contest entries. One was literally made on the first day and it was the biggest piece, and this one now being the smaller of the two pieces and being made at the last second. An update to the last piece, by the way, for those of you who saw my speed paint, it had a section where it explained that the mods had made me change the outfit of a character. Apparently that they undid that decision and decided to stop harassing me about it and said the character's completely fine. So, big win there. Even so, it was actually kind of funny seeing the mods falsely take down the only art submission their contest had multiple times. Yeah, very encouraging, I'm sure. the non-harassing mods who ended up messaging me and being like, whoa, yeah, sorry about those people. It kept telling me, yeah, it would have been a valid crash out, and I was just like, yeah, that's kind of funny. I don't know, I just try to reason my way through things, man. You know, if there's obvious plot holes and things that shouldn't be happening, then yeah, I'm gonna be like, well, nah. Sadly though, I don't remember which mod it was who publicly harassed me, and yeah, I would have blocked them for such immaturity, but I don't remember, and the one who did that never apologized, so I didn't remember who to block. The other mods apologized profusely for it though, so yeah, I guess if I ever encounter the immature one again, it'll be easy to spot. In the end though, I don't actually care, I just don't want to deal with immature people in general. And not a specific to this event thing, it's just something I prefer not to deal with. Back to art, anyways. Woo, wings, wings section, look. Pretty, sparkly. Well, not sparkly just yet, that'll be added pretty soon though. Jeez, it is already 11 a.m. Wow. There's still a couple things I need to do before I can fully say that my checklist is done enough to get by without even completing everything. As long as I get, you know, in real life stuff ready, and also test run my outfit to make sure all the pieces are correct and there are no issues, I should be good. And finish this speed paint thing. This one's almost done though. I gotta say though, because of my wacky checklist stuff and how many things I have to get done usually, I do end up slacking on the friendship upkeep tasks I need to do. It's always good to remember, social is important. I think honestly though, once I start getting on another roll on the new checklist, that stuff should get a little bit better as far as tracking goals and being efficient with time. I'll say I'll definitely give it another month before I decide to completely rework things, because I had only made the new form of checklist this month, and planning that close to events is not great usually. The good news is that I'm projected to go back on my normal WoW posting, and there should be many more WoW posts and outfit things to show off. And yeah, look forward to November. Anyways, in the art here is where I start putting some of the lighting, the shading stuff. It's getting towards the end of the piece, and it's all nice and neat, and it looks like a fairy, and yeah. The best part is coming up soon. All of the pixie dust anything is usually my favorite part of drawing these fairy types of art, because the dust itself is fun, the dust glows, so there's a bunch of harsh yellow and like potentially blue and stuff, depending on what color dust it is. Very cool lighting. A side note for something I try to pay attention to while drawing all this is the opacity of things. Oh, the wing in front, you know, I made sure, well, both wings technically, and the sleeves, I made sure that they had all a set opacity. So technically, you can actually see that that one spot in the middle of the sleeves where there should be 4 layers is 4 layers thick, because there are 4 layers there. Anyways, finally, the best part, the dust. I may not be the best at describing it, but the dust is my favorite part to draw. I just really like how all the particles and stuff and the flowiness you have to draw to kind of get the look is, it's fun anyways doing the process. A lot of it is pretty much you draw a bunch of particles and dots and sparkles and you smudge them around till they look better. It's all about adjusting, just constantly. You just keep adjusting it. You adjust it more than you actually draw it. Even looking at this, I was there when it was done, but honestly, I think it was pretty much just draw a streak, poke some holes in it, smudge it around, draw some sparkles, smudge them around, poke holes in it, smudge it around. That's pretty much the process, and then eventually it kind of looks like dust. Honestly, looking back too, I really love the hair. Just how the little ponytail is all flowy and all that. Probably one of my favorite parts about this. And did you know you don't actually have to draw every detail in art? Have you noticed she didn't have a mouth? You know what doesn't matter? That. While drawing this, again, I had in mind that this would be viewed from a small perspective and more far away, so if anything, it just gives room for other features to kind of get their room. Finally, time to get all the harsh lighting in there. You can see I'm pretty much just getting the layers in and then carving away whatever parts don't really need that spot lit up. I'm actually a fan of harsh lighting, and I do have to remind myself every so often that I need to change it so that it doesn't get too harsh for just normal people viewing it. Although, to be fair, this isn't the worst project to have harsh lighting on. This one actually called for a little bit of it. Also, you can see here that I started zooming out and all this and that, and to really test what it would look like from a distance, to test that initial thing, that initial test. The whole drawing had to pass for me to not redo it all. I think overall I really do like how it turned out, and from a distance I would say I can tell it's a fairy. There was another thing though that I wanted to try out, and that was cropping it in a certain way, and I ended up trying that and I couldn't decide which of the two I liked more. So I figured, you know, if I submit this as part of the art contest thing and for some reason they figure a cropped version would be better, they can crop it. It's literally croppable. I mean, yeah, so it's whatever. And either one I think would be fine. Anyways, just touching up stuff here now, making sure that stuff's good before I start doing the background. For the background, since again it's going to be viewed from a distance, a very small little thing, it's just going to be some swooshy little things, nothing crazy. A scene wouldn't work very well in this case, so just some nice little background shapes and swirls will do just good. I had fun with this part too because of course particles and smearing stuff around, always going to be a fun time. And then added some little details like the eyes and whatnot, all that stuff. You know, hopefully people appreciate this character as well as the art, because this did all take a while and a considerable amount of effort and considerable amount of willingness to deal with goofy people. Anyways, since this piece is relating to the PixieCraft server, I decided to put PixieCraft in the swirls in the background for anyone viewing the full image and not just the profile picture version, but I also blended it a little bit and kind of hid it just a little bit into the background so that it wouldn't interfere whenever the picture was being used as a circular image like profile and server icons do. Anyways though, here's what it would look like as a small image, here's the cropped version, here's both of them, and here's the full image. Anyways, if you liked my video or speed paint or art, it would be pretty epic if you joined my Discord server or dropped a follow on my Twitch or Twitter. Anyways, have a nice night and happy Halloween.